Yeah, what up, guys? It's Vikram. I was looking at the draft lottery stuff, and it looks like the Bulls have like a legitimate chance to like enter like that fifth spot in the draft lottery odds. And the reason I say that is because Toronto has the easiest schedule for like the rest of the season. The Nets have been on like a great last 10 win to loss ratio. They're like 7-3 from what I'm looking at. Philadelphia has sucked, but so have we. But I think we have a legitimate chance at jumping up to like that fifth spot. If we do, that increases our odds at a top four pick by 16%. And I think that, I know like that's not the goal of this team, but like I feel like that needs to be the goal of the Bulls, is to like at least make it into like that fifth spot so we're like sitting good. But I guess from that I have like a question about do you think next season, if we get like a top four pick, like we stay at 5 and get like a really good player like DJ Edgecombe, or like I don't know, like the center from Duke, Maluak. I forget how to pronounce his name, but like if we get one of those two players, like will Modest Buzelis do you see Modest Buzelis being prioritized more or less than them? Because in all honesty, like I don't know how much the Bulls are really prioritizing his development as much as we want him to be prioritized. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts.
My personal belief on this draft is that outside of the top three, if you're not going to get into the top three, a lot of the players, I would say the majority of the players, have similar ceilings. Now, there are some, of course, that are a little bit higher than others, but I think after the top three, you have players that can be career starters for you all the way down to about pick 20. So I'm not in this thing of where I think that the Bulls have to keep trying to bottom out currently because to get better lottery odds, because they don't right now have the type of they don't have the leeway. They aren't bad enough to guarantee that they're going to be like in the top 4. They just don't have that, right? So they're going to have some lottery luck one way or another. And so because of that, I'm not for the Bulls like losing a bunch of things, because I think you got some damn good talent overall in this draft, and you can get starter level talent down to about pick 20. So that's where I sit on that one, right? And it's just about you finding that diamond in the rough. Of course, a higher draft pick gets you a bigger pool of players that you can pick from. But I'm just not in the place where it's like, oh, the Bulls got to bottom out here, and there. I think if they avoid making the play in, that's all I really want for this team personally, right? Now, as far as Billy Donovan, I do honestly feel like the Bulls will not ever be a good team at development as long as Billy Donovan's the head coach. I don't trust Billy Donovan to develop a shoe. So I don't think the only thing I trust Billy Donovan to develop is a code. So I don't think that we will ever really be able to say that we're really developing guys in a meaningful and amazing way until Billy Donovan's no longer the head coach. That's my personal opinion, and that's where I sit on it. So great voicemail, Vikram. Let's get into the last one, man. This one's from Shay.
Hey, what's up, hey? This is Shay. Look, I gotta really say something to these retarded Bulls fans who want us to tank so bad. Now, look, I know everybody got their own opinion, but let me ask y'all a question, right? And this is a common sense question. What is the point of tanking when we've seen in the past, when we have tanked with guys like Kobe White, Paul Zipson, all the other guys like Kevin Payne, we still ended up with the 7th pick, which ended up being Wendell Carter Jr. and Kobe White. Okay? What is the point of tanking when last year, this past draft, a team like the Atlanta Hawks, who we beat in the play-in, and I'm going to say it again, who we beat in the play-in, got the number 1 overall pick, but a team like the Memphis Grizzlies didn't, who were much worse off. I didn't even say that. A team like the Washington Wizards, who were worse than them, didn't pick number 1 or 2. Now, look, I understand high points of a first-round pick if you're a lower bottom feeding team. I get it. But to just flat out wanting to lose when you've already seen it doesn't work out in the Chicago Bulls' favor, that's how we ended up getting 7th pick 2 years in a row. And you already see that it doesn't work out in other teams' favor, like the Washington Wizards, who are currently in a bit of a bind right now. And not only that, it really didn't work out for the Spurs wasn't necessarily a bottom feeding team before they went beyond it, because I think they were in the mix of play-in contention as well as we are. Now look, I'm not saying try to win and try to build for playoffs because we're far from that. I'm not irrational Bulls fan, but I'm just saying, what is the point to trying and wanting to lose? Because it won't get you a number 1 or a number 2 overall pick as we saw in the past. I'm just saying. Anyway, hey, tell me what you think. Oh, and P.S., you also got to remember something. The year we got Derrick Rose, we wasn't necessarily a bottom-feeding team. Now, we did miss the playoffs, but I think a team like the Minnesota Timberwolves or the Golden State Warriors were worse than us. Correct me if I'm wrong, Hayes. Anyway, tell me what you think. Peace.
Said at the start of the season, the only reason that so many Bulls fans and Bulls content creators talked about tanking, and use that for lack of a better word, was because our pick was top 10 protected to the Spurs. Now that that protection is removed, much like I said to Vikram in the last one, I don't think the Bulls are going to be bad enough to get a top 3 or 4 pick, right? And like you said, even when the Bulls have, you've gotten 7th, right? So I think at this point, you just got to trust your scouting department. You got to do your thing. Like, the Bulls are going to naturally lose games. You don't have to tank. This is a bad basketball team. I've told you guys it was bad. This is about 25 games into the season. This is a bad basketball team. They're going to lose a lot of games. And so you just got to say what you're going to do, or just trust your scouting and things at that point and hope that you get the right guy. Now, you did say the Spurs, right? The Spurs did trade DeJounte Murray at the beginning, the beginning of that season for not much back, but then again, maybe that was just them looking to aggregate talent. I don't know, but there's that part of it as well. But yeah, at this point, it's not about the Bulls tanking to me. They're going to lose enough games one way or another. I want to see this team go out and compete and try to win basketball games and see us fight in some games and see how the young players develop over that time, right? That's my thought process. You guys, as always, can let me know how you feel down below.